High in the snow-capped mountains, a secluded lodge stood amidst the desolation of winter. It was a place of tranquility and refuge, or so the advertisement claimed. Sarah and Mark, seeking solace from their troubled past, arrived with high hopes, unaware that the mountain held secrets darker than the forest that surrounded them. As the winter days grew shorter, an eerie chill seemed to settle over the lodge. Odd occurrences plagued Sarah and Mark. Whispers in the night, mysterious footprints in the snow, and the sensation of being watched. The isolation that had drawn them to the lodge now became their prison. Both Sarah and Mark were tormented by unsettling dreams that blurred the line between reality and nightmare. They dreamt of shadowy figures lurking in the forest, beckoning them deeper into the darkness. Each night, the dreams grew more vivid, more sinister. One night, their dreams became a waking nightmare. They awoke in the woods, disoriented and freezing, with no memory of how they had gotten there. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. The figures from their dreams now surrounded them, their faces hidden in shadow. With trembling hearts, Sarah and Mark fled from the ominous figures, desperately trying to find their way back to the lodge. Yet the forest seemed to shift and change around them, disorienting them at every turn. Panic turned to terror as they realized they were trapped in a nightmarish maze. Through whispered conversations with the lodge's caretaker, an enigmatic woman named Eliza, Sarah and Mark learned of the mountain's dark history. It was a place where ancient rituals were conducted and where the spirits of the past still roamed. Eliza warned them that the mountain demanded a price for those who trespassed on its secrets. Sarah and Mark's nights became consumed by the lodge's chilling rituals, strange ceremonies conducted under the cold moonlight. Eliza guided them through the rituals, her motives unclear. With each passing night, the boundary between the living and the dead grew thinner, and the spirits of the mountain grew stronger. In the daylight hours, the forest outside the lodge became a haunting landscape. The trees whispered with voices that spoke of ancient sorrow and longing. Sarah and Mark ventured deeper into the woods, driven by a compulsion they couldn't resist, all the while pursued by the enigmatic figures. Deep within the forest, Sarah and Mark discovered an ancient frozen cave. Within its icy depths lay an enigma, a haunting mural that depicted the mountain's dark history. The chilling tableau revealed that the mountain had been a site of sacrificial rites, and that its thirst for blood had not been quenched. With newfound knowledge, Sarah and Mark confronted Eliza, demanding answers. She confessed that they were part of a cursed cycle, a ritual that the mountain demanded every winter. Desperation set in as they realized the only way to break the cycle was to appease the spirits by offering a sacrifice. As the winter days dwindled, Sarah and Mark faced a chilling decision: to sacrifice one of their own to appease the mountain's hunger, or be forever trapped in the cycle of torment. They grappled with their choices, their love for each other tested in the crucible of fear. With heavy hearts, Sarah and Mark made their decision and conducted the ritual in the heart of winter. The mountain accepted their offering, but its hunger remained insatiable. As the final act unfolded, the ancient spirits of the mountain were unleashed, exacting their terrible vengeance. In the aftermath of the ritual, the mountain claimed its price, leaving a trail of despair and tragedy in its wake. The lodge and the forest seemed to conspire in their torment, trapping Sarah and Mark in an endless winter of their own making. Years later, the lodge stood as a grim reminder of the horrors that had transpired. Sarah and Mark's story became a legend in the nearby town, a cautionary tale of the mountain's insatiable hunger. The mountain's secrets remained buried in the snow, waiting for the next unsuspecting souls to venture into its icy embrace. Drawn by a chilling compulsion, a new couple arrived at the lodge, unaware of the horrors that awaited them in the mountains in winter. And so, the cycle continued, as the mountain's hunger remained unquenched, and the lodge stood as a silent sentinel to the endless winter. The eerie chill settled over the lodge once more, as whispers in the night and mysterious footprints in the snow heralded the beginning of a new nightmare. Unsettling dreams plagued the new arrivals, dreams that mirrored those of Sarah and Mark. The mountain's malevolent presence stirred once more, its hunger ravenous and relentless. One fateful night, the couple awoke in the woods, their hearts pounding with terror, surrounded by shadowy figures whose faces were hidden in the darkness. The malevolent presence of the mountain grew more oppressive with each passing day. Shadows seemed to writhe in the corners of the lodge, and the air turned icy even within its walls. The couple's attempts to flee were thwarted by an unseen force, and the forest outside became an impenetrable wall of darkness. The chill within the lodge took on a demonic quality, with temperatures plummeting to unbearable lows. The couple's breath hung in the air like spectral apparitions, and their footsteps echoed with a foreboding resonance. They were not alone in the lodge. Unseen entities whispered malevolent secrets in the dead of night. As the couple ventured deeper into the lodge's darkened corridors, they witnessed a disturbing phenomenon: the dance of shadows. Inanimate objects seemed to come to life, casting grotesque and unsettling silhouettes. The lodge itself became a living entity, conspiring against them. The haunting whispers that filled the lodge grew louder and more insistent, as if the very walls were trying to communicate. The couple struggled to decipher the cryptic messages, fearing that they held the key to their torment. The presence of the mountain seemed to be awakening, and its hunger was ravenous. The relentless pressure of the mountain's malevolence pushed the couple further into madness. They experienced vivid hallucinations and terrifying visions that blurred the line between reality and nightmare. Paranoia gnawed at their minds, and they turned on each other in fits of delirium. Driven by a compulsion they couldn't resist, the couple ventured deep into the forest, where the trees whispered ancient secrets and the snow seemed to shimmer with unnatural light. The forest itself became a malevolent force, a sentient entity that conspired to ensnare them in its grasp. Within the clearing, they found an enigmatic artifact, an ancient frozen relic that radiated with an unholy power. It held the key to the mountain's curse, but unlocking its secrets required a price that the couple may not be willing to pay. With the artifact in their possession, the couple confronted the truth. They were part of a cursed cycle that the mountain demanded every winter. Desperation set in as they realized the only way to break the cycle was to appease the spirits by offering a sacrifice. Faced with the chilling decision of sacrifice, the couple grappled with their choices. The mountain demanded blood, but the couple's love for each other was a formidable force. Their resolve would be tested in the crucible of fear, and the consequences of their decision would be devastating. With heavy hearts, the couple conducted the ritual in the heart of winter. The mountain accepted their offering, but its hunger remained insatiable. The ancient spirits of the mountain were unleashed, exacting a terrible vengeance, and the nightmarish climax of the ritual unfolded. With heavy hearts, the couple conducted the ritual in the heart of winter. The mountain accepted their offering, but its hunger remained insatiable. The ancient spirits of the mountain were unleashed, exacting a terrible vengeance, and the nightmarish climax of the ritual unfolded. In the aftermath of the ritual, the mountain claimed its price, leaving a trail of despair and tragedy. The lodge and the forest seemed to conspire in their torment, trapping the couple in an endless winter of their own making. Years later, the lodge stood as a grim reminder of the horrors that had transpired. The couple's story became a legend in the nearby town, a cautionary tale of the mountain's insatiable hunger. The mountain's secrets remained buried in the snow, waiting for the next unsuspecting souls to venture into its icy embrace. Drawn by a chilling compulsion, a new couple arrived at the lodge, unaware of the horrors that awaited them in the mountains in winter. And so, the cycle continued, as the mountain's hunger remained unquenched, and the lodge stood as a silent sentinel to the endless winter. The eerie chill settled over the lodge once more, as whispers in the night and mysterious footprints in the snow heralded the beginning of a new nightmare.